Thursday, the 3rd of July, 2025, and I was not expecting to do another video today, but with everything that's just been released in the last couple of hours that I've seen and information that's been sent to me, I felt the need to share this information, and it's information that I was giving to all levels of government, the mainstream media, the ombudsman, like the highest levels of government for years, and it's finally happening. I think it just happened at the end of June of this year, 2025. The FDA has forced the COVID manufacturers to update the warning labels on the jab to include the risks of myocarditis and pericarditis, especially in young men. And so I'm just going to share that post because I already shared it on my social media. And this is confirmed, by the way. And so FDA announces new safety warning on all mRNA COVID vaccines, cites extremely high risk of myocarditis and long-term heart damage in young men. I'm shaking even sharing this information because it's been so frustrating, and the Canadian government is still burying this information despite the fact that they've had it for literally years. And the confirmation that I've received is that their offices got it. I was calling them as well. I have the call logs, and like I said, I have the receipts, and I'm going to share the receipts because even as early as 2021 and early of 2022, I was emailing all levels of cabinet. Like I've said, so many different people: Teresa Tam, Patty Hajdu, Vera Etches, Bonnie Henry, Marco Menchino, Justin Trudeau, Pierre Poilievre, literally everyone that I could possibly think of at risk to myself. And there was a lot of risk and bullshit that I went through sharing this information. And I thought it was too important not to share, to at least try to get people to have informed consent while making the decisions to get vaccinated or not. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines, FDA safety communication. FDA approves required updated warning in labeling regarding myocarditis and pericarditis following vaccination. Audience: pediatrics, pharmacy, family practice, internal medicine, cardiology. So again, this is from Health Watch. FDA expands COVID vaccine warnings about heart side effects risk for young males. COVID vaccines heart risk warning updated issued by FDA. This was the 27th of June of 2025. The 27th of June, 2025. So for 4 years, our government knew, highest levels of government, the ombudsman, mainstream media, the tip lines, literally everyone in Canada, left and right of the spectrum, whatever you want to call it. And they did nothing. They gaslit me. Oh, we're going to get back to you. Oh, this sounds very important. Oh, yes, we'll take a look at it. And nothing. They should be in jail for this, to be clear. These are people that are traitors to Canada. And what's happening instead, because Carney, Con Carney, what I like to call him, he's the prime minister now of Canada. He's not going to release this information. It's not going to be mainstream. It's not going to be covered from anyone in cabinet, I don't think, unless they're forced to, because he was the financial advisor during 2020, during the COVID pandemic, like I've also talked about before. And so I'm going to get into my sent messages because I do like to share receipts. And this was my Proton Plus account. And look at the dates here. September 2021, October 2021. You go up, still in 2021 here. But this is what I was sharing to all levels of government and the mayor, Jim Watson, at the time as well, and countless others. So hello, concerned citizen here, looking for answers to why we are still imposing vaccine mandates and vaccines when it is unethical, unmedical, unscientific, and criminal. I attached the memo from a very underqualified Dr. Kieran Moore from Ontario Public Health, who admitted that this pandemic of the old and anyways, regardless of vaccine, anyway, spelling errors in there, but the information that I shared, important. Natural immunity being better. Actual vaccine adverse events on bears. Provisional death counts and excess mortality in Canada, January 2020 to April 2021. Spontaneous abortions following COVID-19. Vaccination during pregnancy. I gave links to healthcare professionals in Ontario and whistleblowers, people that risked their lives, lost their licenses, got kicked out of their medical practices because of sharing information on this. Again, natural immunity being superior, Dr. John Campbell, not aspirating needles. They were given all of this information. Waning immunity, from all COVID vaccines. Ontario policy on inflating numbers. At that point, I thought it was only 66 to over 80%, and I was wrong on that. So I verified that in videos since then, and it was actually anywhere between over 300% to over 600% that they were inflating the numbers of infections or whatever you want to call it, and the death counts by over 50% that they were reporting in their charts. Absolutely disgusting. Evaluation of the SARS-CoV-2 antibody response to the BNT162b2 vaccine in patients undergoing hemodialysis. Myocarditis and pericarditis following vaccination with COVID-19 mRNA vaccines in Ontario, December 13th, 2020 through to September 4th, 2021. I gave that information. They had that information. This is 2021. At that point, still the vaccines were not FDA approved. They were authorized under emergency use only. And it goes on from there. But so many different links that I provided of medical, scientific, and government data, and even gave Dr. Kieran Moore's memorandum from August of 2021 talking about it as well. And again, Mayor Jim Watson, I gave it to literally everyone. Tips, Ottawa, City News, the Rob Snow Show. Again, that guy was friggin' misinformed as well. I was literally emailing everyone. Ombudsman, different health website, different health email addresses as well. Ottawa Morning CTV, news at cfra.com, Ottawa Morning, literally so many different mainstream media outlets. Marilyn Gladue, Teresa Tam, 2021. Please read the actual. I'm just going to go in here. But anyways, so much information. Masking in schools. I was sending so much information to people. And this is 2021. Early on in 2022 as well. Again, I was trying so friggin' hard. Pierre Polyev, emailed him, the ombudsman, like I said before. People that I shouldn't be sharing on here, but so many different people. I was trying so friggin' hard. People from Global Affairs Canada I was giving information to. All levels of government. Glenn Gower, who's the mayor of Stittsville, he had all this information as well. I was giving it to like bodybuilders, like people that were really influential in the bodybuilding field. And nothing back. Nothing back. And like I said, look at the information that I sent. So much information that was provided to people. Marco Menincino. And it's not like I wasn't, even Tom Green. I was literally trying so hard. Mercedes Stevenson. Actually, I'll put that back up so that you can see that she as well was getting this information, which again is why I don't like her so much anymore. Chris Sky, I was giving him information as well, but here you go. And I was desperately trying to get her this information because a lot of people in the highest levels of government were listening to her stuff. And again, Teresa Tam, 2021, and fish kisses. No one cared. No one cared. In fact, I was considered to be a threat to Canada and Canadians. I was told that countless times. And yeah, it's just mind-blowing that the 27th of June of 2025, almost 4 years later, now the FDA is being forced to update their warning labels on the COVID shot for people. It's already too late. There's already people that have suffered. There's already people that have died. Lives destroyed, businesses destroyed. And again, people are talking about the Freedom Convoy as if this was some kind of friggin' terrorist activity. It's so disgusting to me that people, even in the mainstream media, are still saying that. And people in cabinet. And again, they're never going to admit that they were wrong. And they were wrong. Okay, these people have to be forced to admit they were wrong. They have to be shamed publicly. They have to be part of some kind of trial, Nuremberg 2.0, and people like myself, as part of committees or panel, asking them the hard questions. I know they received this information because you get an automatic reply for official government email addresses, and I got all of that as well. And I was even laughed at by Marco Menincino when I was trying to share this information, and he was the public safety officer. And it's not even about being vindicated. I don't care at all about that. It's that lives were destroyed, and people even I know personally that were profoundly again impacted by this. And the Freedom Convoy was our way out, right? So there were people that were heroes, grassroots people like Tamara Leach and Helen Gruss, and so many others I can't even name on here, that were trying to expose this, and the lockdowns and the mandates and the push for people, for everyone to be inoculated and boosted, that was still being pushed in 2022, which is why people like myself and Tamara Leach and Helen Gruss and so many others attended the Freedom Convoy to begin with. And if we had not done that, and if this had not been hijacked by us, then again we would still likely be dealing with the fallout of what happened during the pandemic. And it's absolutely appalling to me. And people again like having their bank account frozen, the emergency act being declared on Valentine's Day. That was no accident. And again, people risked everything in order to make this movement bigger than what they wanted it to be, and it worked. And people went to jail for it too. Tamara Leach, she was a grandmother. She went to jail, and in the courts for years. Helen Gruss as well. And we had people within government, again, disgusting criminals that had access to all this information, that were the ones that were targeting these people and making them suffer and punishing them for it. All they were doing was exposing the truth, and they were doing it in a very peaceful way. And it was again to help Canada and the world at that point, because no one was listening, and they still wanted to further impose restrictions and mandates and lockdowns on Canadians. And it was even at the end of November of 2021 that they authorized the use of these vaccines on children. And I don't even call them vaccines, not even till this day. And I've shared the VAERS. I've shared the VAERS to so many different levels of government. I've shared it on videos for literally years, and they did not care. They did not look at it. And so yeah, I know it's a short video, but I just wanted to get that out there. And I will, on that note, leave it at that. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of your day.